I never mess up the commas. You know I put that on my mama. Running through these tags, yo. I'm running through these tags, yo. You know I got the cat flow. You know I got the bankroll. In an all black Range Rover. Finna make it rain in this. You need an all black raincoat.
Welcome to the RYS Podcast, also known as the RYS Rack Your Shit Podcast, where we talk about getting your life together, from grinding to shining, to doing what you say you're gonna do, to having more discipline, work ethic, grit, and becoming the best version of you. Lastly, real topics, real people, real business. I'm your host, Ajay. Let's get it. Yeah. Hey. All right, man. Guys, I'm so sorry, guys and gals. I'm so sorry for last week, man. I was stuck in Mexico. That will be a story for another time. But let's get right into today's topic, man. Today's topic is how to become an above average person. And this is no offense to the average person, you know what I mean? But if you're listening to this podcast, there is no way you are okay with being average. This podcast isn't for average. And you guys know that, I know that, and that's why you're listening to it. So today I have 3 sub-headlines, and then off of each sub-headline, I'm going to give you 3 bullet points for each thing. So my first sub-headline is having an above-average mindset. My second sub-headline is having an above-average body. And my third sub-headline is having an above-average income. And I may throw in a little bonus in there for y'all. But let's get right into it. Oh, hold on. Before I get right into it, though, those 3 things that I just said, that will all correlate to you having an above average life, which also correlates to you becoming an above average person. Now let's get right into it, man. Subheadline number 1, how to create an above average mindset. My first bullet point on this is, how much time do you spend visualizing who you will become in the future? Like really, let's sit back and think about it. How much time do you spend with your eyes closed knowing who you'll be in 10 years? How much time do you spend? Do you spend any? Who do you want to be in 10 years? Who do you see yourself becoming in 10 years? Do you know that person? Are you familiar with that person? Because if you're not, you need to get into it. Which actually gets me into my second bullet point. What are your dreams? Do you dream daily? And this is like, so the 1 and 2 kind of play off each other. They're both visualization. But one is about dreams, right? Having huge, crazy dreams. You're dreaming of that huge house. You're dreaming of that amazing business flourishing. You're dreaming of whatever you want to dream of, whatever you want to achieve. Do you dream? People, think about it. As a kid, we dreamed all the time. We used to dream so much. We used to have crazy dreams. Our imagination used to run wild. And now once we get older, we don't think we could dream anymore. But dreams are what keeps the fuel alive. Dreams are what we have to dig deep into to see who we want to be in life. Dreams gives us hope. Dreams gives us so much more than just dreams. They are who we want to become. And that's why when someone says, "Oh, you dream too crazy," that means you're on the right track. If your vision isn't so crazy, so wide, I don't know if you're on the right track, man. So those are the number 2. And then my number 3 thing is, what challenges are you putting your mind through, right? For me, I just got done with 75 hard. That was a mental challenge. Shout out Andy Frisella, man. That was a mental challenge, but that built that dog mindset. And I've already been a dog my whole life, but I want to take it that much further, right? And to take it that much further, you need to do little things. You need to do the little things right. You need to focus on the little things. You need to do so much more than what the average person does, right? So that's how you get an above average mindset. And I want to say this right now. I'm going to be going through these 3 things, not super fast, but I want to make this clear. In some future episodes, I actually want to go and do like just a full episode on how to create an above average mindset, because there's so much to unpack in those 3 bullet points that I said just under the above average mindset. So yeah, I just want to wrap it up back on my last bullet point about the challenges, the mental challenges you're putting your mind through. And I'm actually going to get more into that on my number 2 headline. But what challenges are you putting your mind through? What mental challenges are you doing? Are you doing anything? Or are you just allowing your mind to run free and do whatever it wants? Put yourself through some challenges. 75 Hard is an amazing mental challenge. Everyone thinks it's a weight loss program. It is not. It is a straight up mental challenge. And if you complete it, and, you know, if you actually do it, not like some of these people that they say they've done it, but, you know, they cheated. If you've actually been through it, your mind, you're a different person. You're ready for whatever. You got that dog in you. You feel me? You got that dog in you ready to go at any point in time. You got that you got to kill me to beat me mentality after you get done with 75 hard. So if you haven't done 75 hard, if you don't even know what it is, check that out, man. Andy Frisella has an app, 75 hard app. But I'll get into that in another episode, man. So let's get into my sub-headline number 2, how to create an above average body. So let me give you this stat real quick. According to the CDC, around 73.6% of adults aged 20 and over are either overweight and or obese. Let me read that again. 73.6% of adults aged 20 and over are overweight and or obese. So by knowing this, guys, it's not that hard to have an above average body when 73.6% of our population over 20 is overweight and or obese. Now, I know there's some like little nuances because, like, say for me, for an example, they might consider me overweight, but then when they look at my BMI, so yeah, we're not talking about that. We're talking about just people that are straight up overweight and or obese. Okay, so my first bullet point on this one would be food. Food is so important, so imperative. Food alone could have its own episode, many episodes. I mean, they put this terrible chemicals in our food. They process GMOs. I mean, everything you could think of, they probably put it in our food. Like stuff that should be illegal, stuff that is illegal in other countries gets allowed in our food. So the first thing to build that to create an above average body is to watch what you're eating. Watch what you're fueling your body. Seriously, this is imperative for everybody. Mental clarity, everything. I mean, this goes back to mind because the food can impact your mind. The food can impact, for sure can impact your body, and food could definitely impact your income. And this goes so deep. And the people who know in that biohacking world, you guys know about the food, man. Food, and I'm not even gonna say the stuff, but please, start changing your diet. Stop eating fast food every day. Stop eating processed food so much. Stop eating out all the time if you can. And if you do eat out, please go to places that serve grass-fed meats, grass-fed and finished. Please look for organic. But yeah, let's get away from all this chemical stuff, man. And then let's in America, we eat so much. We overconsume so much. There's no need for us to eat as much as we do in America. So that's another thing we got to talk about. But my point number 2 is get your ass in the weight room. I cannot emphasize this topic enough. The amount of people who live a sedentary life is absurd. Think about it. They wake up in the morning, they check their little screen. They're on their little screen, AKA the phone, all day. Then they go to work, they're on their medium screen, the laptop, all day. Then they get home and they're on their big screen watching Netflix. When are you working out? When do you have to prioritize working out. Get your ass in the weight room. I'm tired of our society. I'm tired of this, give people the... No, there's no excuse why you shouldn't be in the weight room. None at all. There's paraplegics in the weight room. There should be no excuse for you unless, certain circumstances. Let me take that real quick. But there should be no excuse for you not being in the gym, especially if you're willing and able body. No excuse. So get your ass in the lab, man. Stop running from the weight room. And it's either the weight room, Pilates, yoga, whatever you do, get your body moving. Because the average person does what I just said. They go from the little screen to the medium screen to the big screen. And then they wonder why their life is the way it is. Let's go to my next topic, man. To have an above average body. Oh, hold on. Before I even drop this bomb on y'all, let me tell you, this one's going to mess y'all up. Shout out to Dr. Joe Dispenza, man. He put me on this. But let me read it to you. So, to have an above average body, your body cannot be in control. Let me read that one more time. To have an above average body, your body cannot be in control. Now, you may ask, what does this guy mean? Well, let me give you an example really fast. Try this tomorrow. When you wake up tomorrow morning, do not go on social media. Do not do it. And all right, so I'm telling you this now. Now you're gonna wake up and your mind's gonna say, we're not going on social media. But your body's gonna have that urge to go on social media. Right? Who's in control? Is your mind in control or is your body in control? When you don't feel like going to the weight room, but your mind says, let's go work out, who's in control? When you have to wake up early in the morning, or when you get the opportunity to wake up early in the morning, and your body says, no, let's just sleep in, let's just snooze, and your mind says, man, we should get up, we should attack the grind. Who's in control? Is your mind in control or is your body in control? I think this is going over a lot of your guys' heads. Most of you guys are walking, and me too. Let me put me into this. Most of us in this world, we're walking around where our body is in control. Think about it. Think about how many things we do on the daily where we know it's in our mind. Oh, we shouldn't be doing this. But we still do it anyways. Who's in control? Is your mind in control or is your body in control? So those are my 3 bullet points to have an above average body. My third subheadline, how to create an above average income. Ooh, you guys are going to like this one. So my first point on this is inspired by Jim Rohn, one of my favorite inspirational, whatever you call it. I don't even know because I don't even like saying motivational speaker anymore. But Jim Rohn, if you guys don't know who this is, you need to go to YouTube right now and just type in Jim Rohn. But he always talks about becoming more valuable, right? Becoming more valuable. And let me get into this. Let me get deeper into this. So my first bullet point is become more valuable to the marketplace. To the marketplace. Everybody is valuable under God. Don't get me wrong at all. But you have to become valuable to the marketplace. You don't get paid by your time. You get paid off of value. Let me repeat that. You don't get paid off of time. You get paid off of value. So how can you become more valuable so you can get paid more? That is what we should really be focusing on. But instead, in our society, we have a bunch of people, and no offense to you if you got freaking a gender studies degree, right? But is that valuable to the marketplace? So let's unpack this really quick. So you just spent all this money getting your college degree, and I know this, or your college education, getting your degree. I know a lot of people who went to SMU, my college, and studied studied a program that wasn't a major that wasn't valuable to the marketplace. Now they're hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, and their actual job that they're working with right now that doesn't have that much value to the marketplace is looking like an eternity to pay off your student loans. Well, maybe it's because you are studying something that isn't as valuable to the marketplace. I'm not saying that certain things aren't as valuable, but you need to become more valuable to the marketplace. Totally different things. And don't let some people tell you otherwise, because this is in America. This is how we get paid. We get paid off of value. Number 2 bullet point, build your own momentum with the power list. So Andy Frisella goes deep into this power list, but I started getting on it for my phase 2 of Live Hard. It's a program after 75 Hard, and man, doing a power list is a game changer. 5 critical tasks that moves you forward, right? 5 critical tasks. I do that every single day. And here's the key though. You know when your day begins? When the day ends. Let me say that again. I love repeating these things so you guys so it sticks that much more. Your day begins when your day ends. What does that mean? Well, when your day ends, it is time for you to plan the next day. So with my power list, I do it the night before, and that relieves anxiety for the next day to not know what's coming. And of course, there's going to be certain things that pop up during the day. But for me, by honing in the night before and knowing, okay, here's my MIT, here's my most important task, here's what I have to conquer first thing in the morning for work, is this. My mind's already ready. When I wake up, I already know what I have to do. I'm not waking up, getting to the office, and then saying, oh my gosh, what do I have to do today? Oh my gosh, and then look at this whole big plate. No, I have my power list, and I know what my MIT is. And my third point on this is, man, we got to compete. We got to compete to win. You want an above average income? Compete to win. Compete, compete, compete. We live in a society where everybody is so soft now. They're all so soft to compete against each other. They're so soft to compete against themselves. They're so soft to compete against who they were yesterday. We don't live in a society where we all have that growth mindset. We do not. We live in a society where everyone wants to get a trophy. That's not how the world works, guys. If you want to have an above average income, you must compete. You must have a winning mindset. You must have a kill me to beat me mentality, which goes back to how I said building your mindset, right? Guys, this stuff all plays a part. They're all interchangeable. I could literally say how to have a better mindset is competing. I could literally say how to create an above average income is by the food you eat. I could literally say how to have an above average mindset. Let's go back to that. I could say get your ass in the gym. These things are all interchangeable, guys. And we need to understand this, right? We really do. So that last point, compete, compete, compete. Don't shy away from competition. Do not shy away. Be competitive. Because this world is a dog-eat-dog world. There are sharks out there in the water. And when there's blood, you'll see that's when the sharks swim. That's when they come for it. So if you're scared of a little blood, if you're scared to compete, if you're scared to get your hands dirty, this business ain't this world isn't the place for you. Well, I shouldn't say this world, but America as it is right now, it isn't this place for you. If you want to be an above average person and you're scared to get your hands dirty and you're scared to compete, good luck. Good luck. This ain't for you. You need to go to something else. Go do something that's comfortable. Go do something that's easy. But if you want to compete in this world, if you want to become an above average person, be ready for setbacks. Be ready for failure. Be ready to bounce back. Be ready to get knocked on your back. Be ready to get up. Be ready to never quit. That's what you have to be ready for in this world. If you want to become an above average person, that's what it's going to take from you every single day. And let's get to my last point, man, because I did say I was going to give you guys a bonus, right? And I don't think that this is spoken enough, especially in the self-development world. So here's my bonus one, guys. How to create an above average happiness. That does sound weird, huh? Yeah, but let's really get into this. I would love you could create your own happiness. Did you know that? Like when you see people, don't think, and you see somebody that's super happy, I would say it's not. I mean, some people it is, in their DNA, I guess they're just a happier person. But it could be a skill. You could create this, right? So my point number one is you have to fall in love with the process. Whatever you're doing in life, if you are, I don't like saying trying. If you are becoming an above average person, fall in love with the process. Fall in love with every single step you take. Fall in love with what you do. Fall in love with fall in love with the process of becoming who you want to become. My bullet point number 2. Do not hold your happiness back until you reach the destination. Now, I can't stand this. Someone saying, whenever you hear this, I'll be happy when. I'll be happy if. I'll be happy blank. No. Be happy now. Be happy now. Ed Milet says it perfectly. You could be blissfully dissatisfied. Meaning you could still live in bliss because the happiness is in the progress. The happiness is in the journey. But you could also be dissatisfied of where you're at to reach more, right? You can never be, you don't have to be satisfied of where you are to be blissful. You don't have to be satisfied of where you are to be happy in life, right? So I really want to hone in on those two things, man. Don't wait to be happy. The journey is where the happiness is. I guarantee you, there's multiple times in my life, especially when I got my first car. It was a Tesla. Let me just say it. I was like, I'll be so happy when I get my Tesla, right? I got it. And I'm not going to lie. I was happy. I was happy because I knew I worked my freaking butt off to get this Tesla. But guess what? After a few weeks, the happiness wore off. And then I just had to rely back on me. And that was a great lesson for me. That was a great lesson to show me that my happiness isn't in material objects. My happiness is in the journey. My happiness is in the process. My happiness is in the grind. So now I'm happy all the way until I'm just happy. I'm happy in general because life is precious. Now, my third bullet point on this and you guys are going to laugh at this one, but this is real talk. Study happiness. Now, think about this. How many things in life do we do that we study so much to be good at, right? For example, football. I studied film. I studied plays. I studied this. I studied that. Math, engineering. You study school. You study this to become great. You study this to become good. You study this to become better. Why don't we study happiness? Why? Honestly, why don't we study happiness? It seems like for everything else, we put time in, we put energy in, we put X, Y, and Z in. But when it comes to happiness, we're not going to study it. We think it's just to be thrown onto us in life. Let's study happiness. Let's study happy people. And I hope you guys got a lot from this, guys, because I'm going to actually be doing a lot more of these podcast episodes like this because I really, really want to get deeper into these topics. But I hope you guys like my 4 topics. Let me reiterate my 4 things that I said, including my bonus. So number 1 was having an above average mindset. Number 2 was having an above average body. And number 3 was having an above average income. And my 4th one, my bonus, was having an above average happiness. I hope you guys liked that episode, man. This is the RYS Podcast, RYS, rack your shit. And let's become an above average person, guys. I'm out. Peace.
Running through these tags, yo. I'm running through these tags, yo. You know I got the cap flow. You know I got the bankroll. In an all black Range Rover.